Okay, this is kind of odd that the video works better than the pictures. But anyway, this is my 5 or 6 year old Melita plastic cone. It's hard to clean. I think I need to go. I think looking at it right now with a bright light, I need to go at the damn thing with a toothbrush and stuff. But we'll see if that works. So there's the top. Do you see how nice these ridges are? Come on, don't focus on that. There's the ridges again. And it has one hole in the middle that's nice and clear. If we check the bottom, we can see Made in USA. And there's the bottom, which also needs to be scoured with a toothbrush. The dishwasher doesn't quite work very well, by the way. So there's the hole. Works fine. Drains the coffee just in a proper amount of time. And since the ridges are there, they keep the filter away from the. They keep the filter away from the edge there. They keep the filter away from the walls and allow it to drain through the sides so that everything works properly. These cones don't just drain through the bottom. So you see how the bottom is wide, pretty much, so that your filter fits properly. If we get a filter, you fold the filter, badly because I'm using one hand. You'll notice that the bottom of the filter has a certain width to it. And if we put it in the Melita filter, it's the right size, down to the bottom. It's in the correct place, down on the bottom, in the right way. Here we have a ceramic filter dripper, a ceramic coffee dripper this is from Target. It has 4 little holes, and they're a good size. So they're about the same size as the Melita. So in theory, it should drain 4 times faster, but it doesn't. It drains about almost as fast if things go well, and inside the filter we have the barest suggestion of ridges around the sides. You can't see much relief here because, well, there isn't much. The bottom of the filter cone is kind of narrow, so the filter doesn't fit very well. So here's your filter, your standard number 2 filter, which comes in the box with many of these things. And we put it in, and no, it's not all the way to the bottom. We can force it in there. And then now it's mangled up in the bottom. And when you put water in it, it tends to stick to the sides. It'll expand a little bit and stick to the sides. And generally, the filter will not drain out the sides. where it usually does in the milliliter, which leads to most of the coffee coming out in the proper speed. I really need to clean that thing. That thing is horrible. But I'm getting a new one soon-ish. So that should be fine. Recently I purchased a Primula. I got a teapot by them. We have this thing. Pour over coffee dripper. It includes 5 number 2 coffee filters. Are they special? No, they're exactly the same as the brown ones I got at Trader Joe's. Exactly the same. Number 2. Which would make sense since they are number 2. Here's the Primula. We have, it's white, which is nice, which aids in cleaning. It has some good ridges. It's a bit smaller than the others, but that's not a problem. I'm only using it for a single cup anyway. But we have ridges, which is nice, and they should do their job. It seems fine, you'd think. But then we come to the holes in the bottom. Or rather, 1 hole and 2 pinholes. Because I'm not sure how well that's focusing on the actual bottom of the cup. But you have 1 hole that seems to be formed correctly, and 2 of them that are not. Here's the bottom. So you have 1 good hole and 2 bad holes. So in the midst of this issue, I may not be able to return this. You never know. Previously I'd bought a ceramic version of this, which had issues in the weird bits, in the places where the funnel meets the disc. I didn't feel comfortable, adding hot water to it. It seemed like something bad would happen. I'm going to at least try this once and see what happens. But I'm not holding out for it, really. It looks like I'm going to be returning it when I can, if I can. And just, I've got a red version on the way, basically, so that should be nice, maybe. Or at least it'll be easier to clean. Or at least it'll be easier to notice when it needs to be cleaned, rather. And then this thing can be retired, or, destroyed. Thrown away? Probably not thrown away, since I don't throw things away sometimes. I think I just should throw it away. But it's not recyclable. It's just old. It'll be a spare somewhere. But this I'm not happy with. I thought it was a good idea. It looked like a good idea. It has ridges, which is nice, but the holes on the bottom look like they're going to be an issue. If I drill them out, which is a possibility, they will no longer be glazed. And then, it might, if the water will seep into the ceramic and bad things will happen. And then it would be no longer intact. Bye-bye.